You Hananta for your mona papa, Zibanyana Jimmy Ayatu, Zim no qua win Jimmy, no qua win Jimmy. You are welcome to a show dubbed The Bitter Truth. The Bitter Truth. Yujimizi Ayata Bawayashi Mayaza Bawakwim. Or Yujimizi Ayat Yana Gen Fada, or Kodowa, or Man Nimo. Need the meaning about to trust your sending that Ozikana Erika Jimizi war. Kana Bani so Facebook. The Marathon Echo or your YouTube channel. Or your Ghana Banisa. The Benny Jimizi Ashe. Ahobra Simara. Your Twitter show. Click Adomana or one another. Now subscribe to the channel. For watching Chesu, for to all the comment section. Ama Abibiara Yi Juma Yeba online. Obobo wonke ninya kwenya ahwebinache wagen. O sunny day on mangana ni chichene on yeba no kufu ni Juma. Onya bani awodo na nkotin ni Juma oyeti mamofo nananu yen asadi yewo asadi wom. With the minty subscribe. Not for watching share to her. On Facebook, like Ghana Bani Speech, and drop your comments in the comment section. And then, as something say or the Puno Yapade, which in Ajana Wakonya, we should share wagon in a Fazana Wakodo vetting committee. In Syria, no Okodo, Bura, or Okudzeto Ablakwa Kukwede, or said the water to Nana. Now, all minority leader Alexander Kwamena Afenyo-Markin. In Syria, okay, Monamdo, Emma Okudzeto Ablakwa, or Bernard Ahiafor, war or your vetting committee on unknown common, and then the Usipunda Yapade, Yaching an agent, you call me an agent. It's in the if you have some other Yaniji doing on your day. Okudzeto Ablakwa. I say, minority leader. Quantified opinion order them Kumanano war on the Chebegum. Where your vetting committee in what said we there on for a chop panther on Okudzeto Ablakwa. No cafe, Mrs. Ablakwa. Maybe she in a him to we could then war or your vetting committee now say. The theme for today's bitter truth presentation is Okudzeto Ablakwa, first perceived arrogant minority leader, Afenyo-Markin, to render public apology to him, his wife Mrs. Ablakwa, family and chiefs at vetting committee. The title for today's presentation is Okudzeto Ablakwa, first perceived arrogant minority leader, Afenyo-Markin, to render public apology to him, his wife, family, and chiefs at vetting committee. Etifia Samande other Yanu Komodido. But answer na yapade. We want to give you the opportunity to listen to Okudzeto Ablakwa as he made a submission or expressed his displeasure at the vetting committee about the statement, a responsible statement that was made against him by the perceived arrogant minority leader Alexander Kwamena Afenyo-Markin at the time he appeared before the vetting committee. Let's take a lesson. Watch.
Mr. Chairman, before I render brief remarks about myself, I wish to seek your leave to make some preliminary remarks. about the circumstances of yesterday. I feel strongly about that because on my way here, I listened to a press conference addressed by the respected minority leader. The press conference was carried live on Joy FM. After that press conference, I have been inundated with calls from the media. I heard myself very clearly the Honorable Minority Leader say categorically, without equivocation, that I was not scheduled to be vetted yesterday and that I smuggled myself in with the help of my majority colleagues. He even brought in my beloved, beautiful, diligent, celebrated lawyer wife. She didn't also take it kindly and said that we smuggled ourselves here without invitation, and that is the cause for the chaos. Mr. Chairman.
If I ask Okudzeto Ablakwa, appearing before the vetting committee, seek the guidance of the lead of the chair of the vetting committee, Bernard Ahiafor, to express his anger, displeasure, the total displeasure, gross disrespect that was exhibited by an arrogant minority leader, Afenyo-Markin, a perceived arrogant minority leader, Afenyo-Markin, who arrogates powers to himself, thinking that he's all-knowing. Since the beginning of the vetting, his posture on the vetting committee, his utterances, his attitude at the vetting, from the very first day the whole vetting started, has left well-discerning Ghanaians complaining or expressing their displeasure about the posture and the arrogance of the minority leader on the vetting committee. And Okudzeto Ablakwa did not mince well by expressing his reservation about the arrogant minority leader's attitude. Let's call a spade. This program is the bitter truth. The way we say it, you might not like it. Take it or leave it. We will express our opinion when things are not done the right way. Let us not forget that we are building a country or a nation, not individuals, not arrogant individuals, not political parties. Minimum or your man and a yachicho. Zadumezi will call in your candidate, Afenyo-Markin, a minority leader. Kwanchefu Punina ordered them Kuma Honano, Womeshegum, na Oya Vetting Committee, Abidikua Water John Dramani Mahamana Swafa Wini Wanano Nana. Nusu na Banibia Awe Demizini Nano. Onye, Unchege, na Yanka Nukaro. Here, Ian Yabaka, a piafa, a pia, twitching. But Nukoro woman day, Afenyo-Markin Nusu na Bana Awe Demizi, will Demizini Asenanani, Unchege. Fanciful Basi Alabraka, Ubichum, Hobeyo. Sabi, Ananyansa Fini, MPP Amayukunu. And the MPP Amayaku are what one of the Nyansa Fini, a titsy woman, Sabi, Suban, Su Niban, Nikasa, in the year, minority leader. Kwanchefu Punina order them Kuma Wanano with them unity Abedokunu in Sabi and you the MPP Amayukunu or Sunama Yukunu repart catcher than a fode when you saw when you hold their work them Adenu Ana Sabi Roma Yan Jim the Abagumba not a man new here it's Mamafo a man looking to Unubiara. Now, one Afenyo-Markin tin ho no won tunfo na Okudzeto Ablakwa ordinary yanko no yankote since asama Afenyo kan onam damiti na Ablakwa ododam tuni anya ebu nyala yabanade Alexander Afenyo-Markin tagbono no la vetting committee a manyumo gbaro domo la manyumo ayatade agiyed banade amaga le NPP achibini party ama wonoye abobonyi no honi wonobu anyare no honi ba Afenyo-Markin fa agbono no ya with the democracy amula vetting committee amade sebi enpodoma party a monye de ka konya America enyamo bitonya tapana nyano niyo program apo no lenye wanade the bitter truth nyatapade to laba ahena na to na babasaga. Just listen to him.
We are also concerned about the attempt by the majority to disregard pre-sitting agreement on a number of nominees to appear before the appointments committee. Indeed, this is what led to last night's situation. Yesterday, there was an agreement to have only 3 nominees for the day. They later changed it to 4, we agreed, and later requested for a 5th nominee, only to realize that after the 5th nominee, the NDC has smuggled Mr. Okudzeto Ablakwa into the committee room. He came fully dressed with his wife and other family members, and he was forcing his way to take his seat. Not only him, there were other regional minister nominees who had not been programmed, but they had forced them into the committee sitting room. Their plan was to use their so-called supermajority to intimidate us. The NDC must know here and now that they won an election, and that election they won, they are to govern together with us. We will not allow them to use their so-called majority to force their way. It won't happen.
Yate, the minority leader in the person of Alexander Kwamena Afenyo-Markin, forcefully making accusation against a nominee, Okudzeto Ablakwa, that he smuggled himself together with his wife and others into the vetting room. And the question this platform, the bitter truth, we want to ask Afenyo-Markin is that if indeed, let's take for it, let's assume without admitting that allegation that Afenyo-Markin made against the nominee Okudzeto Ablakwa, if it is so, don't they have a laid-down procedure, a reasonable, legitimate laid-down procedure, complaint procedure that a minority leader, together with his caucus, can apply and answer, you see, good thinking, intelligence, reasoning? Is Afenyo-Markin trying to tell the good people of Ghana that let's assume without admitting that if his allegation, his claim are truth or were truth, is that the only means that a whole minority leader together with a caucus on the vetting committee can demonstrate their complaint? And is he trying to tell us that there are no laid-down complaints, laid-down processes to address concerns as far as the victim is concerned, and this stupidity must end. This foolishness must end on the part of the minority, being led by a perceived arrogant minority leader. Look, let's place on record the bitter truth. Afenyo-Markin is an intelligent young man who has done quite well. But recently, his posture, his attitude, please, is getting a number of discerning Ghanaians worried. And I believe that the MPP party, it is a reasonable and intelligent party who ought to be respected by the citizens of Ghana. They must be worried and they must call their minority leader to order. Let it be told. Remember, the show you are watching is the bitter truth. You see, until we begin to speak truth to one another, we cannot develop this country. And people should not be seen bigger than the laws of this country. When people are misbehaving, let's look in their face and tell them they are fooling. They should stop the nonsense and behave. Let's tell the minority leader, Afenyo-Markin, that look, his attitude, his arrogant attitude and posture is becoming too many of him. And it is leading a number of discerning Ghanaians becoming angry with the MPP party. Please, let it be told. You can't be currently Afenyo-Markin there. You soon have been already. I mean, you there are some okay. When some trouble you didn't ask them, or package and they say, Bibi Kocho, or betting committee, when you are Konya, over two, what you one eye you at to go, that come a speaker, and you be a summer Afenyo-Markin today, Ghana for your Tassiana. One man drink a crack. On drink. Montwana, oh, you good to get one Nancy soon a bunny. I'm a Ghana for the warrior. I'm a Ghana for the one say you see from it so often. MPP or soon am I Kumu on Kade Zibua is on one or your Zibua friend. It's almost soon a ban on Daisy there. Conchef opinion order Abejoku.
I want to set the record straight, particularly based on that press conference and the subsequent calls from the media. I hold in my hands a formal invitation letter from this committee, signed by the clerk of the Appointments Committee, Mrs. Gifty Jage Goba. And the letter reads, Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, Member of Parliament, Parliament House, Accra. Dear Sir, invitation to attend upon the Appointments Committee. The Appointments Committee wishes to extend its warmest congratulations to you on your nomination as Minister Designate for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Pursuant to Standing Order 217, I am directed by the Chairman of the Committee to kindly invite you to attend upon the Appointments Committee on Thursday, the 30th of January 2025 at 1 p.m. Thursday, 30th of January 2025 at 1 p.m. Emphasis mine. At Committee Rooms 1 and 2 at the Administration Block, Parliament House, Accra. And the letter adds, you are further requested to provide the names of 10 guests who will be present to witness your vetting. And she did attach the schedule for yesterday. I was to come right after the lunch break at 12:30 p.m. I have a copy here. So for the minority leader to address a press conference a while ago and portray me as some hooligan, some lawless character who will be smuggled into your hearings with my wife, my chiefs, respected ambassadors, Chief Director of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, former ministers of foreign affairs. I take strong exception to that. I thought that the minority leader, at the very least, will have apologized to my revered chiefs who had traveled all the way from the Volta region, including the Tepaman Hene, traveled all the way from the Ashanti region, where I have been serving as Mbrantia Hene over the last 15 years.
Please be brief.
So, Chairman, this is a very serious matter. It's a reputational issue. I was not smuggled here. There was no conspiracy. And before the minority leaders press conference, another colleague on the minority side, the Honorable Vincent Kwamena, also put out a post on social media accusing me of backdoor tactics and that I'm not going to be vetted. Yesterday, one wonders if this was some preconceived agenda to just cast a slur at my reputation. And Mr. Chairman, I want you to take a decision on this matter because my chiefs are beginning to wonder, did I mislead them? Or did I have an appointment to appear before you? Respected ambassadors are asking me, what happened? Team Oral and others are all asking me, are you sure you had an invitation yesterday after listening to the minority leaders press conference? So, Honorable Mr. Chairman, we demand an unqualified apology from the respected minority leader. My chiefs will not accept this. My guests, whose names I submitted to you on the 27th of January, will not accept this. And it has to be made very clear. I feel very strongly about this matter.
Honorable
We
nominee.
are not some idle people who will be smuggled into
Honorable nominee.
appointments committee hearings. I want to...
You have heard the nominee Okudzeto Ablakwa before the vetting committee, forcefully demanding public apology to his person, his wife, his family members, and chiefs, together with dignitaries that accompanied him. Sabi said, this is what? A mark of a responsible leadership. This platform would like to place on record that we support Ablakwa demanding unqualified public apology from a perceived arrogant minority leader. Let's begin to speak truth. Let's be honest. Afenyo's attitude is becoming too many. And where we sit, there are younger generations in our society looking up to him. His posture, his attitude, his utterances, his behavior. What is it telling those younger generation who are looking up to him as a role model? And we are of the view, the bitter truth is of the view that as a society we must be concerned. We must condemn it. In Tizayiri be saying that Bernard Ahiafor Okudzeto Ablakwa Odi Krataya Betty Committee na what shows the blood. What to suffer in the Ombra don't want to know. Sabi Afenyo-Markin. About some Noraka for you. Wama yan gina one two. Ya yobu two. Yan some keje yabaka. Yamin ziyebia yabayan yan ginu hu. Penny basa. Yan bisa. Nusun sonda ozuba omana. Na yarekande ana MPP amayokun abajumba fuyo mana enyansa fuyo kulumu ana anyibera MPP amayokun bia isi vetting committee starting zema wokodo yente de MPP amayokun zewoni numa simbi abochuga anyibera wo paka chega na fode woni nuso za oyokodo yi. What indication are they giving to the public? Is the MPP executive leadership trying to tell Ghanaians that all the happenings at Parliament and the vetting committee as a party, they endorse it, they are not worried? Is that what the MPP wants Ghanaians to understand and believe? Let truth be told. They say truth is like a bitter pill. It must be swallowed when there is a need. Penifo se no koreyin meka yakana honabaka no koreyin yabaka kaide jumedi arekedi nan nidimini no koreyin chumedi. Remember the show you're watching is the Bitter Tweet Show. Drop your comments in the comment section. Let us hear your opinion. Zayariki, why didn't you on your den? See.
Observation, largely on my press conference, and referred to how you felt about it and how your wife felt about it. I think Chairman largely addressed the issue in another way, which was acceptable to me, because we're only having our own challenges that we couldn't have communicated. But I think the effect of my political statement was to the effect that our side had no proper understanding of yesterday's arrangement. Observation, largely on my press conference, and referred to how you felt about it and how your wife felt about it. I think Chairman largely addressed the issue in another way, which was acceptable to me, because we're only having our own challenges that we couldn't have communicated. But I think the effect of my political statement was to the effect that our side had no proper understanding of yesterday's arrangement. However, let me unconditionally apologize to your wife for how my press statement conference observation, largely on my press conference, and referred to how you felt about it and how your wife felt about it. I think Chairman largely addressed the issue in another way, which was acceptable to me, because we're only having our own challenges that we couldn't have communicated. But I think the effect of my political statement was to the effect that our side had no proper understanding of yesterday's arrangement. However, let me unconditionally apologize to your wife for how my press statement conference came about. I mean, how she felt about it. I mean, I'll feel bad if somebody said something about my own wife, and it's fair. All right, these are not ego matters. So I'm sorry to your dear wife, and how my press conference was carried out, you felt. I also say sorry to you. I would have utmost respect for you. I will be the last person to run you down. Okay? So I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to your wife one more time. Is that okay?
Yahtzee, why the minority leader was forced to apologize to Afenyo-Markin. Them subana au benezini na yeweka de onye. It is important to call a spade a spade. It is important for the leaders within the NPP party at least to sit their minority leader down and advise him, speak some sense into his head, that yes, he's a very intelligent young man. No one be again too much if you know we drop. And then the way Sierra number some Nobaka. His reputation is gradually being destroyed, being damaged by himself. Woma young Kanukar in Chen. Woma young Kanukar in Chen. Ganafo no par Nikayakana. Wanabaka. It's in there, yes, the middle of the door and it's someday. Okudzeto Ablakwa forced perceived arrogant minority leader Afenyo-Markin to render public apology to him, his wife, family, and chiefs. And all that we want to say is that it is important for the party, the new patriotic party leadership, the National Council, Stephen Intim, the National Chair, and their members to be concerned, at least to sit their minority leader and the caucus down and speak to them. Remember, The show you're watching is the Bitter Truth Show. We say it as it ought to be said. Stay blessed, stay out of trouble. May God watches over you till we come your way with another unadulterated, authentic, Bitter Truth Show. We say goodbye.